Patriots, I'm going to give you guys a little time to jump on here. Let's let everything start crackling and firing away. Am I live yet on Facebook? Yes, there I am. Awesome. Great. So for anybody, if you're just joining my live video right now, do me a favor, please click the share button, smash the likes and hearts, and throw some comments in the chat. I want to talk with you guys, love hearing from you guys. Hello there. I see you guys jumping on. Whoops. Sorry about that. Hey, all, for everybody just jumping on, welcome. Please click the share button, share this live video with your friends, your followers, your family, people you like, people you don't like, people you don't respect. Share it with everybody. Welcome aboard. Smash the likes and hearts. And if you're not already following me, give me a follow. I don't know wherever you're watching this. If you're on Twitter, retweet this video and follow me on Twitter. Twitter's such a shit show anyway. They're purging my followers. This is happening a lot this week. I think going into the midterms, people's followers are just getting like eaten up. It's really gross. But welcome aboard, any of you. If you're just jumping on, click the share button, smash the likes and hearts, and throw some comments in the chat. Good to hear from you guys. I just got off the phone with my friend John Strand. For any of you who don't know, John Strand is starting, his trial started today on his J6 case. I interviewed John a week or so ago on, is everywhere, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. We did an interview that was a couple of hours long, actually a little bit over a couple of hours, telling his whole story about why he ultimately ended up going to Washington, D.C. on January 6th and what led him inside the Capitol building for about 45 minutes and why he's choosing to go to trial. He's currently facing 4 misdemeanor charges and a felony. And these are his words. I'm paraphrasing, but John says essentially he will not plead guilty to something that he didn't do. He will not accept a plea deal. And he feels very called upon, as he puts it, called upon by God to tell the truth and not bear false witness, including bearing false witness against himself. And for that reason, he's unwilling to accept a plea deal, and he's going to trial, which started today. And he's well aware that the prospects of going to trial in Washington, D.C. are not good. He's not stupid, but he's currently facing 4 misdemeanor charges and a felony. They charged him with a felony of obstruction of Congress. This is a felony charge that potentially carries 20 years in prison, and then each of his misdemeanor charges carries potentially a year in prison. So he's facing the possibility of 24 years in prison for the time that he spent inside the Capitol. Now, the facts of the case, much of this will come out, of course, in trial, but John says that he was outside of the building. He was acting as a bodyguard to Dr. Simone Gold, somebody who he's known for several years and had a relationship with for several years, and he's acted as her bodyguard many times in the past. He was shoved into the building by a crowd when the doors on the east side opened. A group of people sort of surged forward, and he was in a crowd of people that ended up getting pushed inside. And once inside, he escorted Dr. Simone Gold. At one point, she gave a speech inside the Capitol, and then they were asked, I believe they were asked to leave by a police officer, and at that point, they left. So today was day 1 of his trial. Welcome aboard, anybody who's watching. Do me a favor, please click the share button if you're watching this. Share this live video, and also smash likes and hearts and throw some comments in the chat so we can talk with one another. But please share. It's going to be up to all of us to help get these stories out and to help spread the word. If you're on Twitter, please click retweet. If you're on Facebook, share this video. Let's try to get these stories out as much as possible, because Lord knows the media will not be talking about it. So today was jury selection. It was day one. John, he and I just got off with the phone. From what he told me, it sounds like it was a pretty interesting day. I think that they interviewed about 75 potential jurors. Of these potential jurors, it sounded like the vast majority of them, they were asked questions like, do you believe anybody involved with January 6th is guilty of a crime? Do you believe that anybody who entered the building should be found guilty? And it sounded like a substantial portion of these people answered yes to that question. So as it was told to me, a number of people were emotional when asked about January 6th. Some people started crying when they were asked about January 6th. And as I just said, a lot of these people said that they felt like anybody who was charged with crimes connected with January 6th is guilty and should be found guilty. So this is the jury pool that we're dealing with in Washington, D.C. Many of them talked about, the threat to American democracy and the fear that January 6th could happen again, things like that. So, but look, anybody knows they're not releasing jurisdiction in any of these cases, which means everyone who is going to either be sentenced by a judge or go to trial with a jury is going to be in Washington, D.C., every person. So every person who takes a plea deal will be sentenced in Washington, D.C. by a D.C. judge. Anyone who goes to trial will be seeing be in front of a D.C. jury in a D.C. courtroom and a D.C. judge. So there is no choice. It is what it is. The only choice is whether or not to go to trial, and he's choosing to go to trial. So tomorrow will be opening comments, and then, of course, they'll begin calling witnesses. My understanding is that they are planning to call a number of police officers to the stand, Capitol police officers to the stand tomorrow. Oh, somebody says the sound is terrible. Hold on. Listen, give me just a second, okay? Sorry, guys, one sec. I'm going to see what you're talking about. Chat. I want to talk with you guys. Love hearing from you guys. Okay. Sorry, guys, one sec. I'm going to see what you're talking about. Chat. I want to talk with you guys. Love hearing from you guys. Yeah, the audio is bad. All right. Well, I don't know what the reason for that would be. Let me try this. Hold on. All right, guys, listen, I'll wrap up this live. Sounds like I'm having an audio problem. I don't know what the hell. It seems like there's always a frickin' audio problem with live videos nowadays. Let me wrap this up and I'll give it a try again.